legislators, page came up, and all NCIP staff. Let me take you back to 1994. At that time, I was an at-risk youth involved in gangs and substance abuse, and that made me a target for the LAPD. And their way of addressing my misbehavior was to charge me with a gang-on-gang murder I didn't commit without the benefit of ever giving me an interview. My own trial lawyer didn't believe me. During the trial, he made a comment about how at least I wasn't getting the death penalty. And in that sentencing, when the judge asked if I had anything to say, I said I didn't do anything. He was like, yes, you did. He cut me off, and I cut him off. Like, God knows, that was my response. And then he replied on the rant about how God knows the evidence is strong and that my testimony was incredible, and how he felt sorry for my family because I had somehow convinced them that I was innocent. He went on to sentence me to 30 years to life. At that time, a life sentence meant you weren't getting out of prison. There was no parole for life. I then embarked on my journey into the prison system. This was during the Pete Wilson administration, which I consider the dark ages for the prison system. Due to the seriousness of the crime I was convicted of, I was placed in high custody and in maximum security. And at that time, there was, which is the mid-90s, there was policies in prison at play where if we reached a 9th grade reading education, we were automatically removed from educational programming and didn't have access to vocational trades. We were cut off from any growth because we weren't expected to get out and didn't see a point to invest in our rehabilitation. There was also gang management policies that removed inmates from general population and isolated them indefinitely in Pelican Bay SHU, security housing unit. And that happened to me. The way they were going about validating people as gang members, they would use your own cultural identity as proof of gang activity. In my case, they used Mesoamerican literature, my tattoos that had Aztec symbols, and simply shaking somebody's hand or saying hi to someone was documented as proof of gang activity. And I spent 8 years in isolation. Let me give you a glimpse of what isolation looks like. The first cell I got was literally emergency. It was taped off because it was used as evidence in a court case for a murder case. And as I was accustomed to every cell I go into, I wash the walls, scrub the floors, but that cell in particular I remember because there was splatters of blood that I had to wipe off. And in that place, you don't see
Take your time, brother.
So in that place, you're there's no human contact. You're in a cell 23 hours a day. The cells are windowless. Yards empty with a concrete pen with 30-foot high walls where the sun rays can't even touch you. In there, everyone's walking on pale, looking like ghosts. And to me, that was like a catacomb for the living. And there was people losing their mind. There was people committing suicide. And during the course of all this, I was trying not to lose my mind. And I would stay busy, exercising, praying, meditating, yoga, reading, writing. I must have wrote over 200 letters to different legal clinics and anybody who could possibly help me with my case. I even wrote the Queen of England. and I got a letter back from her lawyer, Majesty's correspondence unit. But to no avail. By 2019, I was institutionalized. I was used to people treating me as what my paperwork said, which is like prison culture is inhumane. We're treated inhumanely by the guards, and in turn, we treat each other inhumanely. And but that year, I got a visit from NCIP. It was Paige and Catherine. And I remember going out there and being inside of my head thinking like, damn, I gotta prove myself to them, you know. And I remember I started speaking to them. I said they were parole board commissioners. I was using words like cost factors and Paige stopped me in my tracks and she was like, hey, we're not the commissioners. You know, you're not in the parole board hearing. And you know, instantly, like I felt like a big weight lifted off my shoulders to be, you know, treated humanely and to be allow me to be myself, you know, and for who I am and how I act and how I speak, you know, and be given a fair shot. It was a turning point. In 2020, my conviction was overturned, and today I still work in my prison community. I work with a nonprofit, and we do workshops inside prisons to teach restorative justice and emotional intelligence and just skills to for them to grow as people and be able to take opportunity of second chances when they come. And I also work with at-risk youth, and with them I do it at continuation schools or even in the basketball courts in the local neighborhood where I live at. And with them I like to share the many stories that my cellmates share with me, and which were about how much they regretted doing what they did or what they caught life for. So I don't let that go to waste. I like to use that and pass it along. And I enjoy farming. I've inspired my neighbors to do the same, and this is in South Central LA. And I want to also thank NCIP for giving me this opportunity. And I met my wife through a conference that NCIP brought me to. And we also just had a baby. So on behalf of all my loved ones and my family, thank you very much for listening.